on silly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in your bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, bad, it gets a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
On the play, 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Mike 51, Mike 51, strip the ball, strip that.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Intercepted.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
The ball carrier.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On the scramble.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Here we go.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Wide, get wide.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down.
The quarterback is sacked.
18-yard line.
A loss of 11 yards.
That was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The quarterback on the scramble.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. eventually able to knock this one through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick,
intended for
I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Slant to Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
This is Carson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
On the carry.
Well, for the Seahawks and Packers, the 2 winningest teams in the NFC during the decade that just wrapped up. During that decade, Seattle 2 Super Bowl wins. The Packers had 1. And these two, of course, they met in the playoffs a season ago as well. And it was the Packers behind 2 touchdowns each from Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, who beat the Seahawks 28-23. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered,
Alexander
they have to
on the
feel
tackle.
pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. The 20. 10. And into the end zone. It's
touchdown,
a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position and throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early.
That's good.
To let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get them settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Anthony McFarland, his first carry of the ball game. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Josh Jackson on the tackle.
7 yards on the pickup there. It'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the Packers' 4-yard line.
Check.
They run it with Carson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Adrian Amos on the
gain
tackle.
on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Don't tease the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. I got you. I got you. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. You're all mine, baby. You gonna get this.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And Myers able to knock it through.
Good.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key,
take
right?
over first and 10
we love to have the concession
at their
on every
own
T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Let's put that team on the bus. Check it.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 after the 27.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged
2 yards
and held
on
their
the pickup.
ground.
It's
But how
second
about the guy
and
who
8.
made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going.
Complete
And then
to
once
Aaron
he made the
Jones.
read, he was able to make the play.
A loss of 2 yards.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction. So now what can they do on third? From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Found good room to run there.
The
Returns
Seahawks
at 14
take over
yards.
first and 10.
And it'll be Seahawk
at their
football
own 45-yard
first and 10.
line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You know, Charles, season winding down. Time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're
number
having,
29.
just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one's really safe.
Second
But
and
the focal
10.
point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield
Number
after a
29,
gain of
the ball
about
carrier.
4.
He was
Well,
brought
they didn't get a
down
whole
at
lot
his
out of that one, but
49-yard
I think you
line.
got to continue to try
It's a
and run
gain
and
of
try and keep the
4.
defense honest.
Brings
You
up
mean or else they
third
just sit
and
back,
6.
dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
You're going to see me in your nightmares.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down,
First and
Seahawks.
10 at the 34-yard line.
All day, every day, any day. Out, 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 out.
10-3 our score
That's
after
the end of
one
the first
here
quarter.
on EA
With the score,
Sports.
Packers 10, Seahawks 3.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike's 5-2. Mike 5-2.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It leads
Second
to
and 10,
and 10.
a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow.
Man, I got you.
You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for number
There is
86.
something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest with a guy
He
with
was
that type
covered
of
by
speed.
Jair
You do
Alexander.
so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
To number
They'll get
29.
only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up
only a
fourth
yard.
down.
Well,
It's
offensively,
fourth down.
that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays,
The field goal
they run
is
like backs,
good.
and they take a lot of prime
Makes the
covering.
score,
What a nice
Packers
play he
10,
made there in the open
Seahawks
field.
6.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever
The Packers take over first and 10.
Trace their backgrounds, trace their history.
22-yard
they were
line.
big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys that they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA. It's really a difficult task.
Third down.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 18. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game
intended
are so
for
good
Devontae
and so
Adams.
skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
By number 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
He'll fight forward
Number
for a couple
29,
down
the ball
inside
carrier.
the 40.
Oren Burks on the
Any
tackle.
lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle on the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now they try the right side here. Down right around the 25.
Another carry
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 25-yard
Another scouting
line.
report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Rolling to his right. He'll run it. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. 25 yards to the house. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals.
Makes the score
Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10. at their
The
own
Packer offense
25-yard
ready to
line.
get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay,
The
so how do you do
quarterback on
that?
the
How do you
scramble.
shake things up?
You look at what you've called before
10
and
yards
realize
on
it
the
hasn't
pickup.
worked so
Something
well.
else.
It's second
And maybe
and
try and
inches
find one of those
at the
special plays from one
35-yard
of your
line.
better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get
Aaron
it up
Jones,
past the
the ball
45.
carrier.
12 yards there and a
gain of
first down.
12.
Although his
And the
reputation as a
Packer
speedy
first
runner
down.
precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long
Aaron
because he's just going to
Jones on the
speed
carry.
right past them.
The
He'll get a
tackle
nice
made by
chunk there on
Jordan
the first
Brooks.
down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They don't need to
at
run
the
another play here
47-yard
before the
line.
2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now, it's Jones.
Aaron Jones,
and
the
he's going to
ball
get this
carrier.
one down near the 45-yard
Burrow
line.
on the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play.
2
And
minutes
it's
remaining
third
in this
down.
first half of football. Coming up at halftime, we'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy. From the snap, he
J.K.
certainly looked like he
Scott
knew
on
where he
the punt
wanted to
for
go
the
with the ball,
Packers.
but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal
The
line.
Seahawks take
and
over
it continues
first and
into the
10
end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things
The
going
pass.
so well, where you're
Forced to the
guessing
ground
and
and
guessing wrong
incomplete.
play after play.
Brings
so
up
what you need
2nd and 10
is
at the
someone on the
20-yard
defensive
line.
side of the
You need a
ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Smith catches left side.
The pass.
They do get a couple, but they'll be
Complete to
left
Jonnu
staring at a
Smith.
3rd and 8 coming up. Not a big
2-yard
window to
pickup
throw.
makes it
Coverage wasn't too
3rd
bad
and
there.
8.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right
Incomplete
there
from the
with him to
contact.
force that to the ground.
Results
and
in a
4th down
fourth
now
down.
coming up.
No
Michael
coverage bust by the
Dixon to
defense here.
punt
They
for
did a
the
nice job
Seahawks.
accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt,
The
but
Packers
8
take
on the
over
return.
1st and 10.
it'll be Packer
At their
football
own
here. First down and 10.
41-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some
The
offense.
pass.
They want to see somebody break
Complete
away,
to
whether it's through the
Josiah
air or
DeGuara.
on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach,
The pass.
can you hang in there and not try and
Complete
force
to number
something that could
86.
put your team in some jeopardy?
An 8-yard
I know
pickup.
many people like to
First
throw to the
down,
tight end, maybe in a little
Packers.
flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
The pass.
And he will have a first
Complete
down
to
as they're
Aaron
into field goal
Jones.
range now at the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
He'll find Aguara complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Complete to Josiah Aguara.
It's third down. Open man left side. It's the tight end Aguara.
The pass.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left.
Green Bay.
A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
A 34-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Put a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
This will be fielded inside the 5. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you. We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And a Packer first down.
Ready, set, Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. You got nothing to work.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
This is taken at the 10. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Carried by number 29.
And you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 48
First and 10
yards.
at the 25-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and 10 at the 11-yard
keep all
line.
the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
The
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Brings up second and 2.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
The running back
And
again,
he
the
is
ball
met
carrier.
quickly in the
Kenny
backfield.
Clark in on the
Down
stop.
he goes, folded like a
A
lawn
loss
chair.
of 2 yards.
Sometimes you
It's
just sit
third
back and
down
marvel
and
at what he
5.
can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Meanwhile, on third down,
The
they take a
pass
shot at the end
intended
zone,
for
but it's
Devontae Adams.
incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the
Jason
number one thing
Myers
they look
on
for
for
in a
the field
quarterback.
goal.
But when you're trying
A
to throw
23-yard
inside routes
attempt.
and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks
Makes the
grab
score
a 3-0 lead.
16.
So it's his third field
Packers,
goal now in the ball
13.
game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
Michael
Back and
Dixon,
forth
the
kind of
kickoff
game,
for
hasn't it?
Seattle.
Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right
The
direction.
Packers
But we
take
need
over
you
first
to
and
make sure we
10
carry it home.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going
Aaron
nowhere.
Jones
You know how
on the
in
run
baseball,
for
when
Green
the pitcher
Bay.
gets a base hit and he's on base,
Jamal
they bring his
Adams
jacket
there on
out
the
to him to keep
tackle.
him warm. A lot of
It's
times
a
the
gain
punter
of
goes
5.
inside, puts on
Brings up
sweatpants or a
second
wrap
and
over his
5
leg to keep it
at the
warm. You
30-yard
might need a
line.
massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
6 yards the pickup,
Aaron
and that's
Jones,
a first
the ball
down.
carrier.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for
tackle
a first
made at the
down. I wonder if the
36-yard
defense
line.
might have been loosened
It's a
up a
gain
little
of
bit,
6.
maybe anticipating a pass
First
instead of the
down,
run that they got.
Packers.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Jones. And a 5-yard
Aaron
gain gets him to the
Jones on the
42.
carry. He's
That's
brought
a
down
really
at the
nice, tough
42-yard
run
line.
inside, and they gain
A
5
gain of
yards
5
on it. And
brings
be
up
frank
second
about it,
and
most
5.
offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And very little daylight there. They'll
Aaron
get a couple
Jones
up to
on the run
44.
for Green Bay.
But not
The
much
tackle
on that
made
run,
at the
Charles.
44-yard
No,
line.
that's exactly the way to
It's a
execute
gain
a
of
run
2
blitz there.
yards.
They guessed correctly
And
that they
it's
would move the ball on the
third
ground,
down.
honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets
Aaron
into
Jones,
enemy
the ball carrier.
territory. Give him
Shaquille
10 there,
Griffin
good
on the
enough for a
tackle.
Packer first down.
It's a
We
gain
often
of
give
10.
credit to the O-line
First
there.
down,
Two
Green
tight end
Bay.
formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the
Aaron
point of attack,
Jones on
and
the
they can also
carry.
get downfield and catch the
The
football.
tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
1
The
yard
run
gain.
only got a yard.
Brings up
Here's second and 9. When we talk about
On the
defenders,
Seahawks'
specifically
45-yard
linebackers,
line.
keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
We're now on third down. They'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The screen
Complete
good for
to
6,
number
but it's
28.
not enough as it leads to
A
a
gain
fourth
of
down.
6 yards
Instead of
on the
throwing it
play.
downfield, Charles, they just
Brings
tried to
up
dump it
fourth
underneath
down.
there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think the teams that are convinced they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
line.
Hey, let's get this. 29 is the mic.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
For a Seahawks.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
39-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Amos on the tackle.
Give credit to the
3-yard
defense for
pickup.
stringing that
Brings
play
up second
out,
and 7.
They gave up no
At the
cutback angle.
36-yard
You know
line.
he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He'll be brought down
The
on the
pass.
30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Number 29.
A gain of 3
That's a
last
gain
play.
of
This
6.
time they double it
Brings
and
up
pick up
3rd
6.
and 1.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hadn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you.
And he will score. Touchdown,
Seahawks.
A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks
Jason Myers
add on
for
to
the
their
extra
lead.
point.
And that's another route that defenders would hope to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to
The
move
kick
everybody in
is
one direction.
good.
And whether it's a running back or another
Makes the
receiver,
score
as they sit down
Seahawks
behind the
23.
sideline, you got a
Packers
problem on your
13.
hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard
at their
line.
own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
24-yard gain on the play. And the
throw here
Packer
on first down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
D-line, get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line.
First down, Packers.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First down, Green Bay.
This will be caught at about the 6.
Touchdown,
And he's going
Green
to take
Bay.
it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Michael Badgley lining up for the extra point.
His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are back within a score. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Seahawks 23, Packers 20.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
To Aaron Jones.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go right here now. 56.
They'll try to run it in with Jones.
Aaron Jones,
there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
Down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain there, and it's going to set
gain
up
on the
2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and
Try
goal.
again with Jones.
At the Seahawks 2-yard line.
This one in for a Packer
Aaron
touchdown.
Jones on the carry. Touchdown,
Aaron Jones.
Green Bay.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
They'll try to run this one in. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought
No
down
gain on the
just
play
shy
that
of the
time,
goal
and it
line.
sets up 2nd
No
and
gain
goal.
on the play. Leads to
They'll
2nd
try to
and
run this
goal.
one in. And that one blown up
Aaron
quickly.
Jones on the
As he's
carry.
going to be stopped before he can
Jamal
even get
Adams there
started.
on the
This
tackle.
will be a loss of 3,
tackle
and now
made
a
back
much
at the
tougher
3-yard
3rd down
line.
looming. And he will get this into the
Touchdown,
end zone.
Green Bay.
Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His 4th
Michael
touchdown
Baxley
on the
lining up
year.
for the extra
And the
point.
Packers have retaken the lead. And that will make this a 4-point
His
game.
kick is good. Makes the score Packers 27, Seahawks 23.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a
Seahawks
chance to
take over
return this
1st
one
and
as it's
10
through the end zone
at
for
their
a
own
touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
And
Successful
that's good
start to the
for a
drive, 17
Seahawks.
yards, and moves the sticks. One
First
play
and
has
10
them up
at the
past the 40
42-yard
already,
line.
and another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for number 86.
You've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime
now
example.
2nd and 10.
Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line.
Seahawks.
A solid gain of 15
First
yards
and 10
in the
at
sticks
the
move.
44-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver.
for Devontae Adams.
2nd down.
Incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on
Brings
this
up
drive, but
2nd
getting the
and
incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And, oh, a a crusher there as it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
By the Packers.
Another costly turnover,
They'll
their
take
second
over
of the
first
second
and
half.
10
And earlier when I asked
at
you
their
your
own
keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing? It's football. Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
A nice run there by Jones on first down as
Aaron
he'll wind up
Jones
getting
on
it
the
back
run for
5.
Green
So
Bay.
2nd and 5
Tackle
coming up.
made at the 38-yard
Gotta figure
line.
now after getting that
It's a gain
turnover,
of
they're just going to be
5.
happy to keep
Brings
the
up
ball on the
second
ground,
and
right?
5.
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it.
The
They've got a
quarterback
good
on the
chance of
scramble.
ending up winning this game.
A
How
gain
many
of
times have
7.
we seen this late in the fourth
And the
quarter? Because you know the
Packer
pass
first
rush
down.
is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming.
The wide
as he is
receiver, the ball
smothered
carrier.
behind the line.
The tackle
Now the
made by
Seahawks going
Jordan
to use
Brooks.
the first of their timeouts.
It's a loss of 2.
It's just their
Brings
first.
up
They've got 2
2nd
more to
and
use
12
here in the final
at the
stages.
43-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And the result here, the
Aaron
same as the
Jones,
last
the ball
play.
carrier.
Another tackle behind the
The
line of
tackle by
scrimmage by the
Cleveland
Seahawk
Farrell.
defense.
I think it
brought
might be
down
time to
back
move
at
to a
the
different
40-yard
section of the
line.
playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. He's had a fantastic
The
rookie
Seahawks
season,
take
made a
over
lot of
1st and
lovely
10
throws, but
at
that
their
wasn't
own
one of them.
34 We got
34-yard
to give him
line.
one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it
Intended
incomplete.
for Devontae
He was able to
Adams.
complete it there, and
Incomplete.
just not the game that you would
Kevin
expect
King
from
there
him. He's been
defensively.
off the mark, really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he slips up past the
That's
45
good
before
for a
being
Seattle
tackled.
Seahawks.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Kill, turn up.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too
The
high,
pass.
out of bounds and
Incomplete
incomplete.
on the deep ball.
After what they faced during this game,
It
where they've
leads
given
to
up a ton
2nd
of
and
yards
10.
downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete.
The pass.
And he'll be down
Complete
at
to
the
Devontae
46.
Adams.
So they go from 146
That's a
to the
gain of
other
8.
on a pickup
Brings
of 8.
up 3rd and 2.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
For a
Now the Seahawks
Seahawks.
forced to use their 3rd and final timeout.
1st and 10
As the
at
clock
the
stops here with
32-yard
46
line.
seconds left to play.
Get in the weight room.
He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return
Intercepted
stops.
by the Packers.
Boy, so another
take over
interception,
1st and
CD,
10
and it feels
at
like he's
their
starting
own
to unravel
40-yard
a little
line.
bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to
Number
evaluate whether
33,
you keep
Aaron
playing him,
Jones,
let
the
him
ball
go through
carrier.
it, or you
He's
start
brought
thinking about
down
going
at
to
the
his backup.
42-yard line.
I guess the
2
simple
yards
question, why
on the
not
pickup.
just take a knee
It's
there?
2nd
I don't
and 8.
understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Come on, D!
Today's final
So
score,
it's all over. A Green Bay victory.
Seahawks
And it took a big
23.
fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Packers, they do get the victory here in the season finale, but it was altogether a disappointing season as they wind up at 6-10. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Seattle, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next